The Virginia Horse Industry Board and the Virginia Christmas Tree Growers Association are proud sponsors of Virginia farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. Large or small, Virginia farmers work year-round to help put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.
Hi everybody, welcome to Virginia Farming. I'm Amy Rocher. This week we travel to Richmond, where we talk to the owner of Milton's Local and find out how they're supplying restaurants and groceries with quality Virginia meats. Then Chris Mullins shows us how to grow melons from the ground up. We'll also have the Ag Calendar and a Minute in the Field video. All this plus the Ag News of the Week on this edition of Virginia Farming. Shenandoah Growers Incorporated will expand its existing organic herb nursery, greenhouse, and production facility in Rockingham County. The company will invest $6.7 million in its existing facility, significantly increasing production and growing sales by an estimated $15 million over the next 3 years and create 15 new jobs. In addition, Shenandoah Growers will invest $2 million to relocate its headquarters and create a finishing system at the new site. The Commonwealth is partnering with Rockingham County and Shenandoah Growers on this project through the governor's APHID fund. Founded in Virginia in 1989, Shenandoah Growers has built a national reputation for its high-quality organic fresh-cut herbs and the company's now signature Living Organic Herbs brand, which are 100% Virginia-grown. Shenandoah Growers is a part of a growing organic trend, and according to data released by the Agricultural Marketing Service, the number of domestic certified organic operations increased by more than 5% over the last year. Since the count began in 2002, the number of domestic organic operations has increased by over 250%. As the demand for organic products continues to climb and more producers are entering the organic market, the USDA is committed to connecting organic farmers and businesses with resources to ensure the continued growth of the organic industry. Visit the web address on your screen for more information. Well, Central Virginia's Longwood University is using a green energy source on their campus. The USDA's Patrick O'Leary has the story.
Farmville, Virginia, in the rural center of the state, is a rustic setting for Longwood University. But that location is not without challenges.
We have significant energy challenges here at Longwood. Being in a very rural area, the sources for energy are down. The closest natural gas pipeline is about 45 miles from here. So realistically, we're down to two sources. We're either fuel oil or we're biomass. We've chosen biomass.
Biomass, in this case sawdust from local sawmills, is a renewable resource and an alternative to fossil fuels.
We're using sawdust for about 85 to 90% of all of our needs. The biomass program here at Longwood University really is a win-win, and it's a green energy.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Rural Development Agency is supporting this project with a grant to help Longwood operate its new biomass facility, and that is helping to generate local economic activity.
Right now, all of our energy sources are coming from the local sawmills, and our energy dollars are going into south side of Virginia, not going overseas. We've been fortunate to have USDA provide us grant support to where we can develop new ideas, to develop the fuel management system for hot water and heat during the wintertime.
In addition to spending their energy dollars locally, Longwood University officials say they're spending fewer of those dollars on fuel.
We're saving close to $5 million a year by using the biomass product rather than fuel oil, and it's good for the planet.
In Farmville, Virginia, for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, I'm Pat O'Leary.
Thanks, Pat. Bringing new, diverse, and younger farmers into the fold of food and fiber production is increasingly critical, as the average age of a farmer in the United States is 58 years old. The Virginia Beginning Farmer and Rancher Coalition received a federal grant to address food security issues, generate economic enterprises, and build communities among beginning farmers. The program serves as a conduit not only to educate beginning farmers, but also to connect agricultural organizations and educators with each other in order to coordinate high-quality outreach, education, training, and resource support across the Commonwealth. The grant is funded by the USDA's Beginning Farmer and Rancher Development Program. Well, some of the best cattle in the state were on display at the recent Virginia Beef Expo, and new junior and senior beef ambassadors were chosen.
While the Virginia Beef Expo serves as a place for young people to demonstrate their showing skills in the ring, it also serves as the site where the Virginia Cooperative Extension names their new Virginia Beef Ambassador. This year's senior ambassador is Hannah Cron, a junior at Turner Ashby High School.
I've lived in Rockingham County all my life and been involved in 4-H and FFA since an early age. I started off showing dairy since that is my family's history, but my mom was from a beef farm and I did livestock judging, so that really sparked my interest in the beef industry.
Hannah already has some goals for her time as Virginia Beef Ambassador.
I would really like to focus on the nutritional value of beef and promoting it as a healthy option in a lean diet, and also kind of taking away some of the consumer misconceptions about agriculture in general, such as about the environment, and saying that beef really is a sustainable food that is not detrimental to the environment.
Hannah, who also showed her Hereford calf at the Virginia Beef Expo, looks forward to being able to have new experiences in the beef industry.
I thought this would be a really cool opportunity for me to take to learn even more about the beef industry, get the word out about beef as a healthy food, and also a great opportunity to travel and learn new things and meet new people.
In September, Hannah will get to travel to Denver, Colorado and represent Virginia in the National Beef Ambassador competition. Traveling with her will be junior Virginia Beef Ambassador Sarah Harris from Botetourt County. The sophomore from James River High School has deep roots in farming.
I've been affiliated with the beef industry for as long as I can remember. I'm actually a fifth-generation farmer. I grew up on a strictly Angus farm, and now that I've started showing, we are also showing commercial cattle and cattle of different breeds.
Sarah's focus points for her time as Junior Beef Ambassador will be to try and help agriculture as a whole.
Sadly, agriculture is a dying breed, and one of the biggest concerns for the agriculture industry is the shrinking of people willing to farm and also the shrinking amount of arable lands. This being said, I want to do my part to just get people to know about agriculture, have an interest in it, and then potentially we'll be able to increase the surplus of people interested in the agriculture industry.
In Rockingham County, I'm Taylor Mickleberry for Virginia Farming.
Beef is one of several all-natural meats distributed by Milton's Local. Today, we learn how this Virginia company is connecting Virginia farmers to restaurants and groceries. That's next on Ag Insights. Today we're in Richmond, Virginia, and we're visiting Loving's Produce. And it's a warehouse of sorts for produce, but today we're talking about Milton's Local, which is a meat company that uses Loving's Produce as a warehouse. I'm joined by owner of Milton's Local, James Fasson. James, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for allowing us to be here.
Well, this is a large facility, and this is only your warehouse, though.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about what Milton's Local does.
Sure. So we're all natural meat company. We work with local farmers across the Commonwealth that raise their animals without hormones, antibiotics, or steroids. And we work with them to market and sell their meat and also to distribute their meat.
Okay. Now, how long have you guys been in business?
It's our second year in operation.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And there is a little bit of history behind the name, correct?
Absolutely. The company is named in honor of my grandfather, Milton Faison, who was a second generation farmer. And I actually took a roundabout way as far as getting involved with the company. At the time, I was an attorney, and my grandparents had passed away. And when they passed away, they left us the farms. And like most folks from rural areas, you know, you have farming in your bones, but you sort of step away from it. So this gave me an opportunity with my siblings to come back to farming and sort of use some of the skills that I learned in my law and corporate practice to try to build a company to work with local farmers.
So that brings up another point. Your personal background, you left the farm and went on to law school.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that. How is that transition going to law school and then back to working in rural Virginia?
Sure. Very, very different on a day-to-day basis. I get a chance to be in the field more, not be in the office, and really work with people who have completely different skill sets. So a lot of the farmers that we have the good fortune to work with, they're really passionate about what they do, and they've been doing this for generations. You know, their grandfathers were farmers, their great-grandfathers were farmers, and so that's been pretty neat. And it's also been great to use the sort of experience I learned from law about understanding the way things work and understanding how to service clients to make it easier for our farmers and also our wholesale buyers.
Now you talk about wholesale buyers. I kind of envision you as a broker because you take local restaurants and match them up with farmers who can supply them local meat. Is that how that works? How does it work?
Yeah, right, that's fair. That's part of what we do. So we work with local farmers to aggregate and market and sell their products. So let's say you're a farmer and you're an awesome pork producer that doesn't use any hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We work with you to coordinate delivering your product to the processor and then delivering it to us, where we go out and we market it to grocery stores, restaurants, CSAs, in order for them to be able to enjoy your product.
Okay. Well, walk us through the process.
Sure.
You set up with me as a farmer to purchase pork from me.
Right.
What happens between the time you say, okay, we're going to buy your pork product and the time it hits one of your restaurants?
So the first thing we do is we go out with our farm curator and we inspect the farm, really to make sure that we're aligned in values. So no hormones, no antibiotics, no steroids. And we give you what we like to see in our production methods and see if that's a good fit. And if that's a good fit, then we get samples of your product and we work with our sales associates who contact different restaurants that are committed to sourcing local, all-natural, awesome beef and pork. And then from there, we handle the cold storage, the logistics, the marketing, and the sales.
Okay, so you have another company that actually does the processing.
Right.
And that's all USDA inspected?
Everything is USDA inspected because we sell across state lines, and everything is refrigerated, so we make sure to maintain the cold storage temperature zones throughout the entire process.
Okay. Now, you don't just sell to restaurants, you also sell to groceries?
Yes, grocery stores, CSAs, all sorts of wholesale accounts. What our mission is to support sustainable agriculture by creating channels for for local farmers. So we want to work hard for our local farmers to get them into the biggest avenues available so that it can have a transformative effect on their business.
And what are those big avenues that you service currently?
The biggest in the whole meat industry, they're definitely grocery stores. So our restaurant partners have been great. They're sort of almost celebrity now, so it really helps create a demand for certain cuts. But as far as your day-to-day volume, if you're really going to have a really great impact for your farmers, you have to get them in grocery stores.
Okay. Now, the majority of your grocery stores and restaurants are in
We're
what
in
locations?
Metro Richmond and Metro DC. So Metro Richmond being the city of Richmond and the surrounding suburbs, and Metro DC in the surrounding suburbs. So Northern Virginia, Southern Maryland.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you have in your mind how many grocery stores and restaurants you have that you're serving currently?
Yes, so we're currently grocery stores and restaurants. We're servicing, and CSAs, we're servicing over 40 wholesale accounts. So we're very excited about that in just our second year, being able to sort of create value in these venues for our farmers to sell their product. And one thing that we really try to stress is we keep the transparency. So on the actual label is the farm's name, where it's come from, because we really think the farmers work really, really hard, and we want to make sure that people understand where this awesome meat comes from.
Well, and I think that's amazing because that really lets somebody see, hey, this came from Chesterfield.
Absolutely.
I know where that is.
Absolutely.
And it may be they want to even sometimes try to visit a farm or
Absolutely.
a farm similar to that in
Absolutely.
the area and expand that education
Right.
on where their food comes from.
Right, and again, our goal is to help farmers. So this is one avenue, but we want the wholesale avenue to supplement if they're doing any direct to consumer, like a farmer's market. So if they see, you know, Joe's farm in a grocery store, in a restaurant, like you said, they may say, hey, I know Joe, I'd like to visit his farm. I'd like to buy from him at the farmer's market. So our number one priority is to really help farmers and to help grow their business.
Well, it sounds like you're doing it right, because it seems like you've grown in the last couple of years.
We have.
And that's amazing. Tell us what kind of meats you offer.
Sure. So right now we do all natural beef and pork. So again, everything is from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Everything is hormone-free, antibiotic-free, and steroid-free. And what we're working at doing now is adding our own private label line of bacon. So again, it's going to continue to be hormone-free, antibiotic-free, and steroid-free. But it's also not going to have any artificial nitrates or nitrites. So we're very excited to have another way to help support our farmers and bring them into grocery stores.
So when you say you're adding bacon,
yes, ma'am.
But it's not like all of a sudden we're just going to decide to offer it. This has been a whole new undertaking for you.
Yes, absolutely. So it really goes back to my grandfather, because he was a pork farmer, and so I remember growing up, he had smokehouses on the farm, and so for Sunday dinner, you know, we would have some of his bacon or ham hocks. And so taking those family recipes, but sort of updating it for a clientele that doesn't want some of the artificial stuff in the food. So it's been a long process, but we're really excited to be bringing it to the market soon.
So what makes meats that come through Milton's Local better or more sought after?
The taste. We have the opportunity to work with some amazing farmers who've been doing this for years, and so they really work hard on the production methods to make sure that number one is antibiotic-free, hormone-free, and steroid-free, and number two, that the livestock are appropriately cared for. Because generally, if you have happy, well-kept livestock, you have great tasting meat.
Now, how do you find your farmers? How are people learning about you and they're contacting you, or where do you find the farmers to contribute to purchase the meat from?
Sure. Well, great shows like this help, and we're also doing sort of outreach efforts. We sort of partner with ag programs. We do outreach through different distributors, and different processors are really great because they work with the farmers on a day-to-day basis because they process their meat. So they're a really great sounding board to find out who are some of the great farmers in the area who are raising their livestock in an all-natural way.
Now, how many people does Milton's Local employ?
Including myself, it's currently 5 of us.
Okay, so when you say you make these deliveries to Richmond and Greater Washington, did I hear you say that you actually drive the truck to do those deliveries?
I have been driving the truck, yeah, absolutely. So getting a chance to interface with the actual buyers and sort of talk to them about what the farmers that we're fortunate enough to work with, that's been a really neat experience. A tiring experience, but a really neat experience.
Well, I think that's great. That's really hands-on for an owner of a company to be able to get out and do that.
Right.
And then I guess you have some sales people who go out and meet with the restaurants and groceries to say this is what we have.
Exactly. We have sales folks. We have a farm outreach guy who has a lot of years of experience in production agriculture to help with the production protocol. We have an operations guy who helps us do the day-to-day with the loading and the inventory, and then we also have someone who helps us with the financial side and the operation and all the regulatory matters. So it takes a whole team effort, and we're really fortunate to have them.
Well, you guys are doing a tremendous job. I commend you on what you're doing and getting the Virginia product out for even more people to sample. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you so very much. And we're really fortunate to be in Virginia where there's so many great producers here, and the climate and the ecosystem is so diverse that you don't just have to source one thing. You know, they're wonderful pork farmers, beef farmers, turkey farmers, and we just want to work with as many of them as we possibly can.
James, if someone wants information on Milton's Local, where should they go?
You can go to our website, www.miltonslocal.com. You can follow us on Twitter @miltonslocal.com. You can follow us on Facebook @miltonslocal. And please check us out and support some of the great restaurants and grocery stores and farmers who are helping to provide us with their great tasting meat.
And you have a list on that website, don't you, of the restaurants and groceries that you're supplying meat to? So.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having us here today. It was a lot of fun.
It was a real pleasure. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to talk about the great farmers that we get to work with.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. Nothing beats a good watermelon or cantaloupe on a hot day, and Chris Mullins says growing melons is easy from the ground up.
Well, hi, today we're at Virginia State University's Randolph Farm, and we're in a melon patch. This time of the year it's pretty warm, and I always think back to childhood when we would crack open nice cold watermelons and cantaloupes, and it brings back good memories of growing up. And I'm sure it's the same with a lot of you all. And you can buy watermelons and cantaloupes, really good ones, at your grocery store, at the farmer's market, or a roadside stand. But you can also grow your own. So let's look at how we can do that in your garden. Well, it's a little bit late right now to think about putting melons in this year. Mostly in May is when you would plant melons in Virginia. But if you're like me, you like to plan ahead for next year. And one of the first things you need to do when you're thinking about next year is looking at varieties, looking at your seed catalogs. You're going to find varieties of watermelons and cantaloupes that are going to do fine no matter where you are in the state. Some of them are going to mature a little bit shorter or longer, and you need to think about that. But there's lots of good varieties out there. The next thing you need to think about is spacing, because these plants really take up a lot of space. Watermelons probably take up a little more than cantaloupes, and when you're planting those, whether either you're putting a seed in the ground or you're putting transplants in the ground, you need to probably put about 4 feet between the plants within the row. And you need to plant, if you're planting other rows beside it, you need to give probably about 4 or 5 feet on each side of your watermelon row. With cantaloupes, you can grow them a little tighter, maybe 3 feet on each side of the row, and maybe a couple feet within the row itself. Now, if you've got a tight space, you might want to try growing these and trellising them up in some way. And as long as you support the fruit as it's starting to grow, with something like pantyhose, for example, it'll keep that from falling down, and you can trellis these up and they're going to grow just fine for you. Now, another thing you need to think about are weeds. Throughout your garden, you're battling weeds, but especially with these because you're leaving a lot of space between the rows. As you'll see here, we've got some ground cover between the rows, and that's really doing a lot of things. But first of all, it's keeping the weeds out. And these melons, as they lay on the ground, they're not going to get dirty like they normally would. So it really helps us a lot there. This is a problem right here. This is a striped cucumber beetle, and they can damage your plants as well as transmit bacterial wilt, which is a problem with all the cucurbits. And another problem is animal pests. Animals like raccoons and deer can get in here and smash the watermelons and eat the flesh out of them. So you've got to think about that. Even commercial growers have to deal with this problem, and they put up electric fence or very tall, strong fence, and that can certainly keep those animals out. So you need to think about that and try to keep those animals out of your garden when you're growing watermelons and cantaloupes. So you are growing those, and how do you tell when they are ripe? Well, you can thump on your melon all you want, but that's probably not the best method for finding out if it's ripe or not. The best thing to do is look at your plant, look at the curlicue or tendril that's closest to your melon. If it's dried up and brown, then that means your melon is ready to go and should be nice and sweet. Well, there's lots of production information about cantaloupes and watermelons that we didn't go over today, but if you talk to your local county extension office, your master gardener there, they can help you with some of that information. Well, for From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins, and we'll see you next time.
Taking a look at the ag calendar, the 88th annual Apple Blossom Festival concludes this week in Winchester. Celebrate all things apple with music, food, and parades. For more information, visit thebloom.com. That does it for our show. Thanks so much for watching and have a great week. I'm Amy Rocher for Virginia Farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. Large or small, Virginia farmers work year-round to help put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.
Check out Virginia Farming on Facebook. Virginia Farming's Facebook page is a great way to stay connected with Virginia agriculture. You might even find some humor there too. You'll find links to events and happenings all over the Commonwealth that are of interest to farmers and consumers alike. So connect with us and share your stories and photos with the Virginia farming community and keep up to date on all things agriculture. Virginia Farming on Facebook.